Transfer of power. There's just a few things here I think you might find interesting. Best we can figure from Scripture, David was about 70 years old when he died. And now let me just say that from what we can tell, he was an old 70-year-old. He had lived a good life. God had blessed him in many ways, but he, in many ways, lived a hard life too. He was a warrior. He went to battle and he pushed and he built an empire. And by the time he was 70, life had taken its toll on David. I think he was ready to go see the Lord. He was ready to die. Also, Adonijah makes a power grab here. He was next in line. Ammon was the oldest, and of course he was murdered because he raped his half-sister. Daniel was next, not the prophet Daniel, but the son of David. Not much is said about Daniel, and most people think that he just died somewhere along the line and was not mentioned again. He was the son of David and Abigail. The third in line was Adonijah's older brother. Absalom also made a power grab and was killed in battle. So Adonijah was the next one and the most logical one to take the kingdom. But of course, as we know, David really wanted Solomon to be king. Bathsheba, we've talked about her in the past, but just to remind you that this woman is very strong in this story. She and Nathan are kind of the kingmaker here. They got together to make sure that David declared that Solomon was to be the king. And just remind you, she was married to one of David's 30 mighty men, but also her father was a member of David's 30 mighty men. And her grandfather was Ahithophel, David's trusted counselor that turned on him and made Absalom king. So Bathsheba was very important in all of David's dealings. We know her as her name is always put together with David's great sin. She did become his wife, had several children in addition to the one who died. It's interesting, she had two children that became in the line of Christ. One child was Solomon, that was the kingly line, and it went all the way down to Joseph, the husband of Mary. Bathsheba also had a younger child named Nathan, not the prophet, but a child. That line went down. It wasn't the royal line, but it went down and ends up with Mary. So you have Joseph and Mary are both descendants of David and Bathsheba. Well, come back next week when we'll continue on with Story Insights on the story of the week. We'll see you next week.